på le. Aser be borg se skära de ek fröge grund på hell i jarlar ko karlar lag måne en nordstjärnan oden p polen kvadrat. The quadrat has something to do with mathematics. It's Q, it's one ring with one pole in the middle who make the shadow in the alphabet. So Q is very often put on the queen. The queen is written and written with Q. We had a lot of Q in our language before, but in the end they start to make them on to Ko. So today nearly everything is written with Ko, when it actually was originally with Q. So there will be fooling there in this dictionary. So very often you can see that something what was Q before has been changed only to written with K. Aser be borgsen skära de dag eke fröge grund på hell i jarlar ko karlar lag måne nordstjärnan oden p polen q kvadrat ra. Is female and is masculine. Is the queen. Is the queen, the A with 2 points. Is the queen, so is female, and is masculine. So Ra. Ra means the moon, and the king and queen is representing Ra as a and O. 2 A, 1 A with 2 points, the A, and that A with 1 ring on called O. So O is the king and A is the queen, and both representing Ra, and in the alphabet Ra is R. R. Aser B borg. C skära. D F frö. G grund. H häll. I jarlar. K karlar. L lag. M måne. N nordstjärnan. O oden. P polen. Q kvadrat. R ra. S solen. Solen. Och solen är egentligen samma som orden. För orden är solen. So och le nordstar. Solen nordstar. Solen. So är so. Le och en solen. Solen. Solen gives us all this sunshine and this nice good solstrålar, the sunstrålar. You have solen in Norway, you have solen in Denmark, you have solen in Sweden, and they have also solen in Finland. That means the sun. Aser be borgse skära de eke fröge grund på hell i jarlar ko karlar lag måne nordstjärnan oden p polen q kvadrat ra solen Tor. So now Tor is fixed, is the T sound, who is Tor. We drink tea every day, so maybe we drink Tor. Tor. Tor is, we was also told with Tor's hammer, the hammer of Tor, and we can have Tor, we can go on turner, we can go turnerspel, turnerplay, turnering, Tor. So Tor is in our whole brain, we have Tor quite heavy. We have Tor's dag, the day of Tor. You all have your Tor's dag there in Denmark, and you have Tor's dag, no, in Norway you have Tor's dag in Denmark, and we have of course Tor's dag in Sweden. So Tor is 1 day even in the whole system. Aser be borgse skära de dag eke fröge grund på hell i jarlar ko karlar lag måne nordstjärnan oden p polen q kvadrat ra solen Tor ursprung. Everything has one ursprung. You have ursprung there in Denmark, of course, ursprungligen, and ursprung you have also there in Norway, you have ursprung, and of course in Sweden they have ursprung. Sprung. Aser be borgse skära de dag eke fröge grund på hell i J jarlar, K karlar, L lag, M måne, N Nordstjärnan, O Oden, P Polen, Q kvadrat, R Ra, S solen, T Tor, U ursprung och V Vaner. So the Vaner have their own. We start with A Aser and end with V Vaner. And Vaner was these people who we talk about Van language and As language. The As language was the root language, and the Van language was the second language on the planet. We call it the Van language. It has to do with the Van language, the combination of Ukko, Akka, Lemminkäinen, Joutsen, Seppo, Maija, Sampo, Aino, and Thing. Nu, jag hör inte vad du säger.
Vi må sluta snart.
Va?
Vi måste sluta.
Vi måste sluta. Jag tar alfabetet till slut. Det är bara en tår kvar. Ja. Aser, Beborse, Kärade, Dag, Eke, Fröke, Grund, H, Hell, J, Jarlar, Kokalar, Lag, Måne, Nordstjärnan, Oden, P Polen, Q kvadrat, R Ra, S solen, T Tor, U ursprung, V Vaner. X means that it belongs to the oak tree. X, it belongs to the oak tree. X. Y is the Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is one mythologic tree. What is the Y? Yggdrasil. X, Y, C, ta means C, and ta, you have C, A, B, C, skära, and ta, so from there comes C, ta. Aser, V, Borse, Kärade, Dag, Eke, Fröke, Grund, H, Hell, I, J, Jarlar, K, Karlar, L, Lag, M, Måne, N, Nordstjärnan, O, Oden, P, Polen, Q, kvadrat, R, Ra, S, solen, T, Tor, U, ursprung, V, Vaner, X, Y, Z, och Å var A med en ring på, Ä var en A med 2 punkter och Ö är en ring med 2 punkter. Det är alltså det alfabetet som hela denna mytologi är baserad på. And when you have this small system in the brain, you can play with the sound, and the sound, the mythology, it's the story, and you can say I, Asarnas borg. I, Asarnas borg. C, Di, Ekens frös grund Hell, I Jarlarnas, Karlarnas lag, Månen, Nordstjärnan, Oden, Polen, kvadraten, Ra, Sol, Tor, ursprungets Vaner, I, Asarnas borg, C, dagen, och C, Di, Ekens frös grund Hell, I Jarlarnas, Karlarnas lag, Månen, Nordstjärnan, Oden, Polen, kvadraten, Ra, Sol, Tor, ursprungets Vaner, I. Thanks for me, it was one repetition of the sound system and it went on the tape. I hope we can use it when we go to the Analyze of Paradise time. Next time we meet. Let's see how it goes in this University I am making this lecture for. Thank you.
This is a session with Eo Bock on the 1st of August 1998 when he speaks with the English in the Ping Pong Room.
Who is English from here? All and the rest are from America?
Yeah.
If you put America on same place, if you America go same place, you go together.
Yeah.
Take that, sit there. You know it's nice that you have a language by yourself there, America. And rest are from these islands outside of the world.
One is from Australia.
How about Israel?
Oh, Israel is not really English, but it's more tropical in my way of thinking. The island people outside the north. But anyway. I was keeping for the tea lecture and they fall all down. And you also feel you can fall down and listen and I want to stare. It's nice to relax sometimes, to lie down and somebody tells you what it's for. So that's free. Actually I wanted to tell you about the paradise. And that was before Einstein. And now we know that before Einstein was living people sure before, but now they have become some kind of Neanderthal people, or was it Homo erectus they call them. You heard about such a monster before Einstein. That's we. And in our mythology, we can go back to before Einstein, we can go to the Einstein, and we can go to after Einstein, where we are now. And we all look human being, and I think we were looking the same also before Einstein. I think we always look the same. People called people. We have hands and head, arms and shoulders, and I think we had the same name also before Einstein. Why should there be change in the name and the history of the human body? And now we have one funny history, or funny mythology, we call it mythology. And mythology, I think, is the oldest mythology. After they come to all kind of religion and things like that, but now we concentrate on mythology. Shall I speak louder?
Yes.
Everybody heard me?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you all. I can put it with one octave higher also.
Yes.
That's good.
More?
Yes.
More? Oh, okay. Now we started this ball we are living on today. It was actually one egg before.
Egg.
And the yellow stuff inside in the egg, that's the yellow, and outside is white. And the white is like fruit water done around the yellow egg. And one day they explode the egg, and out come the mountains from this water. Or let's say the water formed to be one ball who has water, and outside the water is come this bedrock. We call it bedrock. And we also get cloud, and nowhere else they have cloud. They've been looking with telescopes all over, but cloud they have not been finding. And this means that when sun is shining, the water is go up into the sky, and they become cloud, and after it come down in form of rain. Or sometimes also comes thunder, and the thunder we people get the fire. Fire really comes from the thunder in the nature, and we people are the only who use fire. No animal using fire, but we use it. So now after this explosion we also get fire. But fire has to burn from wood. But fire doesn't really burn on bedrock. So we must have been getting wood. And with the wood we get something called löv and blad, and that means the leaf on the tree. We have two names in Odenmark where I come from. We call it löv or we call it blad. Löv is so thin that the sun strålar, the rays go through the löv. You can look it on the other side. And we have the other one called blad, like palm blad. If you look through one palm, you don't see really the sun through because it's so thick. So the thick leaf we call for blad, and the thin we call for löv. So now we have two kinds, löv and blad. We can have palm blad and rosenblad, and they are blad, but we have björklöv and ash tree has also löv. Now it's falling down little. So now we have that we start with. And now they have something called alg, and from the alg comes one aal, and the aal is one eel who can be on the land and also in the water. And from this aal come one aal, come one aal, come one aal, but one day the aal becomes one frog. And frog also can be on the land, and frog also can be in the water. The frog is swimming the same like you and me. You know, when we go in the water, the frog. Here is many frogs, but are just now staying full of frogs. Everywhere is frogs there. Even the ash tree is full of frogs. But that reminds me that we one time in the history of this planet had something created called frog. And from the frog come the frog come the frog. And from the frog one day come one ape, apa. And apa means the monkey. And monkey is also swimming like one frog, and you and me. Now that is apa, he is existing in Odenmark, means the top of the planet. Here up here is one ringland, and in this ringland is one island, and on this island this apa was fucking one nanny goat. You all know nanny goat? Yes, you have an extra nanny still in England when you go out, you need one nanny to take care of your children. And they had one nanny goat, and this monkey was fucking the nanny goat and put in his embla, because monkey has no sperm, monkey has embla. And now monkey put in this embla in the nanny goat's egg, and now inside in the egg is energy, and the energy make that the embla start to grow, and out come two human beings called Freya and Freya. Frey is the man, and Freya is the woman, and like that we start in Finnish mythology, the people coming like eel, frog, monkey fucking nanny goat, and out coming you. Nice story, isn't it? Wow. So there we started. And now Frey, when he gets 7 years old, he gets sperma. Sperma, and that's this yellow stuff we all men have in our body. And now he make with his sister Freya, he makes children, so incest from the beginning. And this Freya, she gets 7 daughters and 12 boys from the sperma, and the first boy who becomes 27 years old, he representing the moon, and the first daughter who becomes 27 representing also the moon, with the 12th boy who becomes 27, he representing the sun, and he becomes a new breeder in the family of human beings. Now this man who is the 12th, we call him Lem, we have all kind of Lem, but we call him Lemminkäinen, and Lemminkäinen is the man who has the right to make children in the family. So this Lemminkäinen, he took the most beautiful and healthy lady, and with her he make again, with his sperma, 7 daughters and 12 boys, the first son representing the moon, and his name was Ears, and the first daughter representing the moon, and her name was Mai. So Ears and Mai representing the moon, and they are also king and queen, Ears, Mai, Estate. Ears, Mai, Estate. When they are both together, otherwise they call them Ears Höghet, what means mainly the same like Ears Highness or something like that in English language. So the first son and the first daughter representing the moon, and again the 12th one representing the sun, and he had the right to make children, and now he took the most beautiful and healthy lady, and he made again 12 and 7 daughters. 12 boys and 7 daughters. But now appears one new kind of woman called Disa. And Disa are these women who also Lemminkäinen making children, not only his swan, was the most beautiful and healthy woman, they call her Swan. And Swan, you know, is one nice bird who is flying around still today. And that's one mythological figure in our Finnish mythology. So Lemminkäinen, he makes his swan pregnant. And she gets 7 daughters, 12 boys, but Lemminkäinen also making Disa pregnant, and Disa, she getting boys or girls. Now if from Disa getting boy and become big and strong, he could be one breeder. That means he had the right to make children. And if he was not big and strong, he become one sienare, and he had come one, no, he not big, but he become a nar. So it was very bad to be nar, because one nar had no right to make children, only the rabi. And now if come girl, come new Disa. If she was very beautiful and very healthy, she become a new mother, and she become a new Disa in the system. And now this Lemminkäinen, he's making his swan pregnant, but he make also his Disas pregnant. And from the rabi they get ring lumps. And now we call the rabi, the role of the rabi is that there was one ringland in the top before, but outside of that ringland come 6 other ringland, and 6 more, and in there the whole ball was divided like one football, like in hexagram. So up was 1 hexagram, and they all fit together and become all these ringlands in the planet. And every ringland get 1 rabi. And rabi make the Jarl woman pregnant, and the Jarl men make the Kar woman pregnant, and the Kar men make the Trail woman pregnant, and the Trail had no right to make children. So every Trail could say my father is Kar, every Kar could say my father is Jarl, every Jarl could say my father is Rabi, And every rabbi could some say, my father is Lemminkäinen. Now when it comes a new Lemminkäinen, the old father become Guppe Ukko. He's the old respected grandfather. And the old swan, before he come a new, the old swan had to go away, and she become Akka. What called Ukko, Akka, Lemminkäinen, Joutsen, Seppo, Maja, Sampo. There are 8 figures in our mythology. We call them Guppe Gumma, Bokswan, Ersvai, Freya. Freya was the first people on the planet. So in that way we had one system in our mythology that we was one whole family, one Ukko in the top of the planet, and he had been Lemminkäinen before, and as Lemminkäinen he made the swan pregnant and she get 12 sons and 7 daughters. He made also the Disa pregnant and she get this Rabi, this Nar, this new Disa and this Senare, and all these new Nar, Rabi and Nar go out to these old ringlands, and there this Rabi make the Jarl woman pregnant, so come Jarl boys, Jarl girls, and the Jarl men make the Karl woman pregnant, so come out Karl boy, Karl girls, and the Karl men make the Trail woman pregnant, so come out Trail boys and Trail girls, but the Trail boys had no chance to make children. In that case we was one whole family because we was born from sperm. So we was an enormous sperm tree who made that from these Lemminkäinens sperma we become Pirouette, Roset, Jarlet, Karlet, Trelet. Pirouette is all the children who born from the swan. Roset is all the children who born from the Disa. And after we get Jarlet, Karlet and Trelet, and the Trelet people was the children to the Karlet people to the Jarlet to the Rabi, and Rabi was one child of Disa, and Disa was one daughter of Lemminkäinen. So in that way we can see we was in our construction one whole family born and based on sperm. Now we go a little bit further on in there. We had animals, of course. We had lion, leonina, what means Ukko, Akka, and we had tiger, tigerina, what means the tiger and the female tiger, what representing the king and queen. So king and queen for us is the tiger, and tigerina, and the father and mother of this tiger and tigerina is Leon and Leonina. That sounds today very heavy, but like that we had it in paradise time. We had no clothes these days, so we didn't have anything to keep the cold outside because we had warm, so we didn't have to put all kind of dresses on because we didn't need, and we had no houses to put fridge, no central heating on because we had so warm that it always was pleasant. That's paradise when it was always pleasant. So now happened something, a wooden thing, that the whole planet shifted. So the top was not the top anymore. The top become in the side, and we get one new North Pole. That North Pole we have today, and the old North Pole called Hell. You all heard about Hell. Go to Hell, they say. And Hell is that place in the Gulf of Finland where is Helsinki today. Helsinki is one place who has 7 hills and 7 islands outside, and in the middle of these 7 islands is Udensjö, and there this monkey was fucking this nanny girl in the beginning of the history. Now, when we have only one our father, one man who was the father by sperm to all these people, now it must have been very good. But they said that the people turned their face away from this system, and once the planet was changing and we get ice time. And ice time, the whole top of the planet become covered by ice. Many kilometers of ice. But there was one Gulf stream who go from the Gulf from Mexico, and it goes through the English Channel, it go up to Oslo fjord, and it continued in North Germany into the Gulf, what we call Gulf of Finland today, and hot water was coming with big speed in there, so it became a warm area inside in the ice, and there these people was going on and living, and it's called Altland Isberg. Outlandese, out is outland is all land ice, outland is all land ice. And now we get something called land, called Rusland, Finland, Svealand, Land, Saxenland, England, Scotland. So now we are in Scotland and England, and they are all coming there at that time that everything was covered by ice. But inside the ice we have an outlandist period where people was living inside and they get domestic animals. We didn't have domestic animals in the paradise time at all. We didn't need such a thing. It was now come very cold, so now we get the sheep with long nice hair, black and white sheep, and we get one new kind of goat who also have long hair and special feet like the goat and the sheep. And we also get the cow who gives us milk, so we could get our daily milk. But now the seed become changed from the seed of sperm. It go 4 different kind of seed that we could get bread from, our daily bread, and that we call corn, wheat, havre and råg in our language. And from there we can also make beer, so we can drink. Still today we drink from the same kind of corn or havre. We make the beer still today, same way as we did already in the outland east period. We need a domestic animal because it was cold. And this cold made that we had to create, or the creator was creating for you or for us a new period, actually for you English people, because you all come from Outlandies, because there we get green and blue ice. All the tropical people have black and brown ice, as we know, and now when this new happening of Outlandies period started, we get 10 different tropical rays. 10 different tropical rays, so we didn't was only one race, as we was in the paradise time, we get 10 more, so actually we become 11 races. And these 11 races are the 10 tropical and one called pirouette, who lived inside in Outlandies period. Now, how we now know about these 10 tropical races, we can see them as Peking, that means the Chinese people, and the Chinese people are a little bit different race than the Narkasul people, who are the Hindi people today, the Indian people. And from there you go next one, you come to the Turkish people, who also become one new, other kind of outlook of people. We can go further on and see the Red Indian, the Incas, Maya, and Aztec. They are all tropical people, and they all belong to these what we call 10 tropical races, and the one arctical who is existing inside in Outland East. Outland East is one warm period where we become human beings as we look today, white people with white hair and human being eyes. When the tropical people is still going on with their black and brown eyes, and they are all looking the same. They say that we have all 11 different prickheads, and that we can see the different race. If we look on Chinese, he has a little bit different his E-winkel on his head than one Hindi person or one Turkish person, or if you see the rest of the tropical people, the only who really make us is one small part of our prickhead who make that these 10 different races called tropical races can be recognized. Now we have one race, white, and 10,000 years ago, 10,014 years ago, it happened one Ragnarök, where the ice in the north opened. So if you see it like North Norway, North Sweden, North Finland, North Russia, there we have the ice, the water, but it's open, so it becomes one enormous ice rolling period of 3 months, where all square stones become round. And all these round stones fall down in Estonia, and East Estonia is full of round stones still today, coming from that period 10,014 years back, when the ice opened and all this mass of ice started to roll over the Gulf of Finland, who actually become much bigger and get Estonia on other side. That's the Ragnarök number 2, we call it in the mythology, where now some people from this ice had gone out to an enormous big island called Bockland, Gotland, Gotland. And Gotland is one island outside of Sweden today, and there these white people escaped and they stayed in caves called Lummelunda caves. And there in Lummelunda caves they were staying 1,000 years, and from this 1,000 years period they make two lines, one called Sven and the other one called Dan. And it becomes Svenskarar and Danskarar. The Svenskarar are the Swedish people and the Danskarar are the Danish people. And now from this 9,000 years ago about, people is coming out to these islands outside of Norway called England or Scotland. And we can all look ourselves who come from there that we are Arctical people with blue and green eyes. We can have it with red hair, or we can have it with completely blonde, which we anyway look completely different than the 10 tropical races who remind us from the paradise time. They've been living there always. We have been going through the Outlandese period, we Arctical people, so we changed outlook if you compare with what remind us from the tropical side. Now we have a language called root language with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, Y, Ö, and all these sounds what make our alphabet is little bit changed outside of Norway. It's become A, B, C, etc., instead of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, O, Ö. They all are stav and circles, so we can make the A means 2 long stav and man middle stav who make the A, what is the A in England. We have B, what is one main stav with 3 small parts of small stav and half circles, so it becomes one B, one B, one B in the alphabet. C is one half circle by itself. D is one stav with one half circle who become D, D in English. And A is the one main stav with stavs who go coming out. So there you can see the A, B, C, D, E, A we call it. So if you see the whole alphabet we have still today in our newspapers, we can divide them in circles and in stavs. So all are one stav circle system, which is completely different than this tropical alphabet if you compare with China or Hindi and their way of writing. So we have one way of writing what come out from this history of Outlandese via Sven and Dan in Sweden and Denmark. They're writing in the same way, and also writing outside of Norway in the same way. In that way I wanted to tell you how the English people has been appearing on the planet, one history from Freya, from Monkey and Nanny-Goat, how we lived through the Outland, the paradise time, how we lived through an Outlandese time, how we 9,040 years because Sven and Dan, and from their sperm came out one king system where the king is the allfather to the people who live in this country. If you compare that with Sweden, in Sweden the first son of the king is crown prince, and the second, third, fourth, fifth become hertig. Hertig is one title, so every hertig gets one ringland. So we have Hertiger and North Humberland, we can call in England, or South Humberland. So all of them has one duke. You call him duke, and the duke was actually making the pregnant, the second, the caste, what we call jarl, and that must be earl in English language, the earls. So the duke in these days was making children with the earl woman, and from the earl woman come out one caste, what we call car, maybe called peasant or something like that. But anyway, in the same system, you go down in the English system, as we have in Sven and Dan, means the first son of the crown prince become crown prince, and the second, third, fourth, fifth get one province. And in this province, they made the jarl et, kar et, and träl et in the same as in the beginning, the system, how we that way have an allfather, the king. So the Danish king was the father to all the people who lived in his country, and the Swedish king was the father to all the people who lived in the country, and in the beginning also the English king was the father of the people, because his children was making children with this Ringland in English system. Also Scotland, they say that from Sven, the people is the Scottish people, and from Dan come the English people. So in that way the English should be from the Danish, and the Scottish should be from the Swedish. And in that way they have been populating this island outside of Norway. It's a very, very large story. I wanted actually to take this thing for you. It's the whole basic thing that from sperm we are, and we are all born through one beautiful lady, and we are coming out as one child, and that's we called oak tree, what we have in the symbol of this A in the alphabet. It's maybe I took the alphabet for the Swedish, I don't want you to suffer with that. I think this monologue from you, how the sperm has gone out, pivet, huset, jarlet, kalet, trälet, in the paradise time, how we had one Outlandese period on the planet, who are separate from the tropical 10 races, who was created after the paradise time. That we had only one Arctical race up to 9,040 years ago, where we got Sven and Dan, and from Sven and Dan's sperm it went out the population to populate the islands outside of Norway. And there you have today Scottish and English. The only difference between Scottish and English is, if we go a little bit anatomic before I finished it, that I already said that we have 10 tropical prick heads, and we have 3 tropical arctical heads. That means that the Scottish people have the same prick head as the Swedish, and that means that the English has the same prick head as the Danish. So from the Danish people also come Middle Europe people, so the people who speak Germany today, they all come out from this Dan to be also arctical person with blue and green eyes. We can see how we populated the arctical people, and you can see the whole ring of tropical people, black and brown eyes, who existing still today on the planet, and how this tropical and arctical was meeting. We can take Peking example. They make one wall, the Chinese wall. On one side of the wall is living Chinese people, on the other side of the wall is living arctical people from Lemminkäinen system. But now if they mix the Chinese and the Lemminkäinen, it become what we call Mongol people. And Mongol people looks a little bit different, because they are not really Chinese and they are not really arctical, so then they call Mongol. Now if the Hindi people, that means the Indian people, and Lemminkäinen, they become Tatar people. So now Tatar people is also a little bit different than these Hindi people and these Lemminkäinen people. If you go to the Turkish people again, when they are mixing with Lemminkäinen, they become Slav people. So now we have the Slav people who live north from Turkey, and from this Slav we start to come to the people who are Germany people, arctical people, who come out from Dan, rolling out into Middle Europe, and from Middle Europe also become English, or the Svenskar, the Swedish, who rode over Norway and become the Scottish people. I think maybe today this little funny monologue I've been giving for you, it's nice that you are relaxing. I don't know if you make this story more large. Maybe we all come together one day. I've been taking one Lemminkäinen story for a small group in the beginning. Yesterday we had to suffer with Norway, Sweden, Denmark and Finnish people, where I throw them the alphabet. Is A, B, C, D, F, G, O, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z, O, A, and all the association who is included in them. And today I knew that I get English language in front of me, and that means that I wanted to make one story who started from the beginning of the sperm, divided in these 10 tropical and 3 arctical, and from these 3 arctical people also is populated the population outside of Norway, England. Here I say thank you for me, but now you can make questions if you have some inspiration.
Do you mind me asking how old you are?
How old me? I born 17th of January 42. I become 57 years now in January, so I am not so old here. I look more old. I am good physical, but I am only 56 years old. Everything functions still. More questions? Yeah.
You said before that there was a woman that had the right to have children and a man that had a special, like the last son, had the right to make children in the family, and also a woman. I want to ask, why did the culture need this mythology?
You mean now that people before become choose who could be father and who could be mother?
Yeah.
I think we had it up to really to the democracy. I think our parents was choosing who they are marrying the daughter to, and in that way only the beautiful daughters become married away. I think so. I think the beauty was more before. I don't know, they had different qualifications. A man's form could be what was the qualification. With a lady it was the beauty and health could become like she could be one mother. Before women had 15 children, so everybody had not to be mother. It was one part who was known from the beginning that they have other things to do in the life than to be mother. And if they become mother, they had 15 children. So they have 14 brothers and sisters, everybody was born in that way.
Could it be because of restrictions of land?
Well, take it more.
Could it be because there was not enough land, so not enough food?
I think in the nature it has been like that. Also animals is the good exemplar become that who is reproducing. I think the democracy where every mama wants to be grandmother, so waiting for every boy to find a girlfriend and army. You know, it's like the IV at 5.7 million today. We are 5.7 million today. But of one democratic result. Everybody feels that we can be mother and father without. We even have obligation to be father and mother today, otherwise we are not normal. Isn't the critic, so are you father? No, I'm not either. More questions? Yeah.
About sex, what does your family practice about sex that the rest of us might benefit from?
CX or SX, there are two. They have CX or CX and SX or SX. SX is the children making, and CX was maybe when you don't make children. About sex, good question in this house. Or if I really say that my prick is standing for 3 different reasons.